Hello, everyone. This is Certified Master Life Coach Tina Heisman. Welcome to my live weekly marriage coaching call. Today, our topic is how to take care of yourself when your marriage is in crisis. But before we dive in, I want to let you know that I have a free private Happy Wives community on Facebook where you can come to get positive inspiration for your marriage. It is a happy place where we just try to encourage each other there. If you want to check it out, it's facebook.com/groups/The Happy Wives Community. You can also head to my webpage, tinaheisman.com, and click on the banner at the bottom of the front page, and that will take you right there. Also on my website, I have created a free download called the Marriage Makeover Guide. It's a guide to help you make over your marriage into a happier, more joyful, peaceful place. You can visit my website to download it if you want some help. It will kind of walk you through solving problems in your marriage step by step. Okay, so let's dive in. The topic for today's call is how to take care of yourself when your marriage is in crisis. Because oftentimes, when our marriage is in crisis, taking care of ourselves is kind of the first thing that goes out the window. You know, you don't have a lot of energy maybe, or you don't feel like you have a lot of time or even the desire to take care of yourself. And if you're in that place right now, I'd just like to say that I'm so sorry that you're going through this. I really feel for you. And I hope that this call today, this information, will help give you a starting point to jump off of and take care of yourself. Because when our marriage is in crisis, our emotions really take a huge toll on us, and it can just really drag us down into a well of just depression and despair, and it's really hard to get ourselves out of it. It's like we know what the right things to do are, but getting ourselves to do it can be so hard. And I distinctly remember when my husband and I went through our difficult time in our marriage, people would say to me, take care of yourself. And I remember feeling very frustrated by that because I didn't know what that meant. Take care of yourself. And I think maybe, I'm not sure why I didn't know exactly. Maybe nobody really ever taught me, or just, you know, when you're a mom, you're busy taking care of your family and everyone else. And so taking care of ourselves is often put on the back burner. And so because I know how that feels, I want to give you a simple plan that you can follow and put into place right now. And I'm really going to simplify this. There are so many things that we could talk about today that would fall under the category of how to take care of yourself. But we're just going to break it down and make it super simple and give you a starting off point. And so maybe you'll hear something that will really resonate with you today that you feel you can take action on, or maybe something I say will give you a different idea that would feel better to you. And so you can take action on that instead, okay? So we're going to break this down into 3 simple steps. Step 1 is body, step 2 is mind, step 3 is spirit. I'm going to make this simple and show you how, okay? The first step is to take care of your body. This is getting back to basics. You need to eat, you need to drink water, you need to sleep, you need to exercise. And I know in the initial stages of a marriage crisis, or any kind of a crisis really in life, that you might not have been able to do any of these things well. I hear a lot from my clients, I've just been eating so much junk food, I just don't have the energy to go grocery shopping or prepare a meal. I know. And that's pretty normal for being in a crisis. But now that you're listening to this call and you're trying to figure out how to crawl out of the crisis, you've got to get back to it. You need healthy food. You need plenty of water. You need lots of sleep. And you do need to exercise. You know the benefits of each of these, but you might still be finding them hard to do. And so here are some tips. If you're having trouble finding the energy to prepare healthy meals or even eat, maybe for now just try some smoothies or protein bars. Those are something that it's really simple and it's really fast. You can have them on hand There's plenty of healthy protein bars out there, healthy nutritional bars that you can just grab and it won't take any thought at all. And these are going to help you lift your mood also, because eating junk food when we're already down just only brings us lower. So keep that in mind, some smoothies or protein bars, something really easy. The next thing, of course, is water, water, water. You need to be drinking half of your body weight in ounces of water. And I know that it can be hard to do. It seems overwhelming, and you might not even feel thirsty when you're really stressed or under a lot of anxiety. But drinking water is really going to help you clear your mind and detox your body. And so my tips here, if you're struggling with this, are to try drinking water out of new water bottles, like buy a different brand with a different shaped bottle, or if you just drink the plastic ones, or if you have some water bottles at home, maybe find a bottle that you like better. Just try something different. I've been known to drink water out of a wine glass, or even drinking, fizzy water, seltzer water, or like a LaCroix or something like that. Whatever you've got to do to just trick yourself and play around with it and try to keep track and make sure you get your half of your body weight in ounces. And then, of course, taking care of your body, we also need to exercise. This is not a time where you go crazy and exercise and go to the gym or anything like that unless it's something you already do and you really want to. Just go outside and walk for a few minutes. Get some fresh air, get a little bit of walking in, just maybe 15 or 20 minutes would be fine, even if you can only do 5 or 10. It is just a really great way to keep your blood flowing, keep the oxygen pumping throughout your body, help clear your mind. And all of these things help to bring your anxiety level down so that you can better think about what's going on and make better decisions. And so the next thing, of course, for taking care of our body, we mentioned was sleep. So if you're having trouble sleeping, talk to your doctor. She might have some tips for you, or she might even recommend medication. There's no shame in taking medicine for a short time during an extremely difficult time in your life. It doesn't make you weak. It just means you need a little bit of extra help right now. And so consider that if you're having trouble sleeping. Or maybe just talk to a friend, because lots of times friends have really great ideas for us on how to get some more sleep. So I also wanted to talk to you about help in this section. We're talking about your body. But during this time, you're probably really overwhelmed and exhausted. You do need to accept help. This is really a time where we lean on our family and friends. Your friends can watch your children for you, or they can go to the grocery store for you, or even just provide some emotional support for you so that you can listen. And also keep in mind, you might need a counselor or a coach or a pastor to talk to. This is a time to ask for help. I know that you are probably a very strong, independent woman, but there's no shame in asking for help when we need help in life. And so think about, if you're struggling, look in your circle of people in your life. Who can you ask for help with? People are happy to help you. And you know what? There's going to be a time in the future, if there hasn't already been in your life, where you can be a source of help for someone else. And we all know how good it feels to help someone else. So maybe you can think about not being too shy about asking for help. Okay, so that was step 1, is taking care of your body. Step 2 is taking care of your mind. Now, I'm a life coach, so you know where I'm going to go with this. Because your mind is circling right now. Some say it feels like it's a hurricane swirling inside their mind. You're replaying conversations. You're worrying about this. You're fuming about that. There's so much going on in your mind up there. You know what? That is draining your energy. That is part of what is draining your energy. So it's really important that you take the time to journal these emotions and get them out of your head, because otherwise they're going to overtake you. And now this is where some of my clients get a little bit hung up, because okay, so someone told me I should journal my thoughts. Well, what does that mean? And what do I do with that? What is, I open up my journal or my diary and it's a blank page staring at me. What do I do with that? I can give you a 3-step journaling process that you can do every day. You can do this in only 5 minutes time. This doesn't have to be something that takes a lot of time. It doesn't have to be grammatically correct. It doesn't have to have punctuation. You can just use bullet points. But this is proven to help you calm down your anxiety and clear your head so that you can better handle the tasks that are in front of you, just getting through your day. So step 1 of the journaling process is to write down everything that's on your mind, all of the thoughts and all of the feelings that you're having about your day. So remember, this could just be bullet points. So some examples could be, I'm frustrated about this. I'm angry about that. I'm hopeful for this. I'm, exhausted by that. What are those feelings? Get them out. And if you have a minute, look them over and see what you wrote. But I would recommend writing until you can't think of anything else to write. Just get all of your thoughts and feelings out. If you're angry, go right ahead and just get your anger out. Nobody's going to read it, You can just put your anger in there and nobody's going to read it, and it's going to feel so much better coming out of your head. Okay? So the next step in your journaling process is to write everything down that you're grateful for. Sometimes we might have to dig deep with this one, especially when we're in a tough time in our marriage. So maybe today you're grateful that you have a roof over your head, or you're grateful that you have friends that you can call on, or you're grateful for your health, or your children, or maybe just the hot shower that you had this morning. Okay, so take some time to reflect upon all of the blessings that are in your life right now, despite this crisis situation that might be going on. And then the third step is to write down your intention for how you want to feel. Sometimes we just get so caught up in how we are feeling and the negativity and how sad we are that we forget how we want to feel. So when we write down how we want to feel, let's write it in a present tense as if it already exists. It's almost like a mind game. So for example, if you want to feel peaceful, if you're saying, I just want peace, I just want joy, or I just want happiness, whatever that is that you want, you're going to write it. You're not going to say, I want to feel happy. You're going to say, I am happy. I am peaceful. I am joyful. The reason for that is a little bit of a mind trick, because your mind, if your mind, reads the words, I want to feel happy, then it sees it as something in the future to be longed for. But instead, if you are, I am happy, then you could actually feel the happiness in that moment if you'll sit with it and look at it. And I would love to challenge you to try that and just see, it feels so much better just to say, I am happy, I am peaceful, despite everything going on, right? And so then, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Spend the rest of your day looking for evidence of how peaceful you are, of how happy you are, of how joyful you are. Look for evidence of that, okay? So that is step 2, taking care of your mind. This is so important. Step 3, friends, is to take care of your spirit. This is where we get with God. This is where we find peace in our situation, and it's where I found peace in mine anyway. Because your friends and family can only do so much for you. And if you're in a marriage crisis, you realize that everything going on is out of your control. You can only control yourself. And so what we need to do is go to our ultimate provider, and that's God. And we want to talk to Him. We want to listen to Him. We want to allow Him to direct us and to bring us comfort. We can look to His Word for comfort. If you're interested in that, you could join a Bible study or just do a devotional on your own. You might try the Bible app on your phone. It has some really great devotionals, like 5 days or 7 days, and some of them are longer, 14 or even longer than that. But they will help you kind of direct you in your thinking and direct you towards some scripture that might be really helpful for you right now. So I just want to say that I know that's not for everyone. Everyone doesn't want to dive into the Bible when they're going through a hard time. I did a little bit of it, and it really, it did bring me peace. But the other piece of working with God and getting with God is looking to see where he is every day in your everyday experiences, because he's with you every moment of every day. Maybe you notice him in the weather or the sunshine or the beautiful flowers or the butterfly, or maybe you notice him in the kind words from another person or encouragement from another person or a kind gesture by another person. Could be something from a stranger. Could be maybe even a song comes on the radio at just the right time. You know, we want to look for where God is at work in your life. And when I went through the marriage crisis with my husband, that was a huge part of how I survived it. My big sign during that time was actually rainbows. I kept noticing them, and sometimes it seemed like they were in places that they should not be. And so I looked them up, like, what is the biblical meaning of rainbows? And maybe you already know this, but I was even more of a baby in my faith at that time, and I learned that rainbows are God's promise that everything is going to be okay after the storm. How about that, right? Because I totally felt like I was in a storm. And that rainbow was just God telling me that everything was going to be okay. And do you want to know what's interesting about our faith is that I knew that God wasn't exactly, or I didn't know exactly what he was telling me other than that. I didn't know if he was telling me that my marriage would be okay or not. But I knew he was telling me that I would be okay, whatever happened, that he was with me and he was there with his promises. And so if you're going in a storm right now, I pray for you that God will make his presence known to you so that you can find peace as you weather it. I know that was really helpful for me. And so on that note, I'd like to conclude our little call today with a power verse from the Bible. This is Psalm 46, verses 1 through 3. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear. Though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with their surging. Isn't that beautiful? Just a little reminder, and those are all over the place. You could find it in the Bible, or you could find it from the words of a friend. You know, if it seems like you're in a storm right now or you're in an earthquake, just know it's not going to last forever. And so neither is the situation that you're in. Everything is going to work out, but it's so important that you take care of yourself through this process. You need to do this for yourself. And if you have children, you need to do it for them, right? Okay, girls. Well, I know that this call is just a few minutes longer than normal, but I really wanted to make sure you had some simple steps and tips to take care of yourself. If you need more help, please reach out to me. I will be happy to talk to you. So that's it for today. And please remember that if you want a little help walking through your marriage, I offer one-on-one marriage coaching for women only. You could stop by my website to learn more. I also have on my website a free mini marriage makeover that helps you fix any challenges that you might have in your marriage. Just head over to my website, tinaheisman.com, and also on Facebook. Join me at facebook.com/groups/The Happy Wives Community. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining us today.